Hi, it's me again, and I've said it a couple of times on this channel recently, but the newspapers are absolutely smashing it now when it comes to proper TV licence advice. They're telling you how you don't need to pay it, how you can get discounts, and there's stories everywhere. And the leader of this, to be fair, is the Express. Not my favourite paper, not my least favourite. I don't really care. But, you know, the Express is leading the fight in the TV licence. There's loads of stories about it. And then we see this one. I thought we could take a look at it together, because I haven't read it all yet. So I thought we could read it together and we'll find out if it's good information or not. Let's have a look. TV licence fee warning. What you should be aware of if enforcement officers turn up. So yeah, it's interesting, right? And it's one of the most important topics that we talk about on this channel all the time, isn't it? I mean, it's all right to not pay your television licence fee. It's all right to ignore the letters. It's all right to save that money every year. But people get really worried about the goons or the enforcement officers, or the door-to-door salesmen, as I call them, knocking on your door. And that is the thing that convinces most people to keep paying. That's what kept my mum paying it for so long. You know, like, this is what I do. I can persuade people, or I'll do my best anyway. And she did cancel it, but she was so scared of getting a knock on the door that she started paying again. She's cancelled again now. It's fine. We've talked about it again. She's comfortable with it and everything. But yeah, it is a thing. So to see a story like this, it's quite good. Now, I genuinely haven't read this. All I saw was the headline. I bookmarked it. I thought we'll talk about that together. So I want to see if they're giving good information or not. So let's go through it. Right, so TV licensing enforcement officers are generally the agents of the BBC that will appear on one's doorstep, although this has greatly slowed due to the current health crisis. Now, Peel, which is the business charity, whatever, that sponsored this thing, shared exactly what households can do in this situation, although they noted that the procedures and measures may be changed after the current health crisis. If it is suspected that one has been watching live TV without a licence, TV licensing can send enforcement officers to the premises to ensure licensable content isn't being watched. Well, they don't even need to suspect. If you tell them you don't require a TV licence, they will still come and knock on your door, probably, if you live in a big town. If you're out in the sticks, you'll probably get away with it, to try and sell you a licence, because they reckon 1 in 8 people who say they don't need a licence actually do. So they're salesmen. They're incentivised by commission, and they will come and knock on your door at any point to try and sell you a licence. They have access to the database of unlicensed people. It's got nothing to do with if suspected or not. It's about commission. Anyway, the visits are done firstly to check if there was a breach of law, and secondly to collect evidence to hold against the household in court. However, one of the least well-known facts for this situation is that households do not have to let these officers inside. Oh, that's good information, first of all. Yeah, you should never let one in. Never let one in. The door-to-door salesman. Never, ever let one in. And there is loads of evidence. Go on TV Licence Resistance Forum and have a look at some of the pinned threads and that. There is evidence to say they are stitching people up, and they do dirty, underhanded tactics. Why? Because they're incentivised by commission. Commission is the wrong way to pay these people, because they're not there to help you. They're there to stitch you up because they want to earn their commission. Households should not feel pressured to buy a TV licence from the officers if they truly don't need one, and this will be noted in the following steps. Oh, here we go. So it's noted that officers must verbally note that anything a person says to them could be used as evidence. Yeah, they like saying that because that makes them sound official, like they're police officers or something, and they are not. They have no powers of the police. That's written on the TV licensing website itself. They're not bailiffs. They have no power of entry. And you do not have to talk to them, and you should not talk to them. They're door-to-door salesmen. The officers will complete a document titled Record of Interview during the visit, which will contain the occupant's personal details, the type of TV or device they are watching licensable content on, and the programme they are watching. Now, I've done a video on this. I actually had a copy of that paperwork, and we went through it. And there's loads of personal details and stuff on there that I wouldn't trust a stranger with, and you should never talk to these people. What they do is a record of interview. It's all these words to scare you. Do not talk to them. Do not talk to them. You can just close the door. I think this is kind of encouraging people to talk to them a little bit. Don't you? At no point have I read yet that you could just shut the door. It said you don't have to let them in, but it hasn't said you don't have to talk to them. Let's hope that is in here somewhere. The person will be required to sign this, and in doing so acknowledge that all of this information is correct. Never ever sign anything. Don't talk to them, and if they ask you to sign something, never sign it. They're salesmen. You don't need to sign any of their documents. You don't need to talk to them, engage them any way, shape or form. Close the door. They're salesmen. That being said, if there are sections that have not been filled or they believe anything written on it to be untrue, they should not sign it. They shouldn't sign it full stop. And don't talk to these people. So that's it. Yeah, that is it. There's nothing more on there about the visits. So I would have liked to have seen it say, if you're vulnerable, elderly, or you genuinely don't need a television licence, do not interact with these people at all. The best port of call is to close the door and have nothing to do with them. They are salesmen. At no point does it say they're salesmen. They've used the words enforcement officer. They use the word interview under caution. They use the word record of evidence or whatever it was. Yeah, it's not as good as I was hoping from the Express, who have been good lately. It's not the best, is it? No, the best advice is to not talk to them at all. And if you don't believe that you can not talk to them, because you can, they're only door-to-door salesmen, I have got a playlist on this channel of these enforcement visits where people have just closed the door in their face and they toddle off because they have to. They can't do you for anything. They can't get a warrant, they can't get you in any trouble, court cases, fines, anything without evidence. And the only way you can get evidence is by talking to you. And these people are very good at it. Very good at it, some of them. And yeah, so if you don't interact with them, no trouble can come. Whether you're playing a straight game or not, you shouldn't be watching something you shouldn't be watching without a telly licence. But just don't talk to them. Shut the door. So what do you think about this? I think it's a bit of a missed opportunity from the Express, really, and somewhat disappointed. And they never talked to me. So I have emailed them about stories and stuff in the past, and I've emailed them about loads of stuff. None of the papers want to talk to me, so I'm not going to waste my time emailing them. There's loads of good comments on there, though, so it shows that they're not scaring many people at all with this stupid propaganda they got on their website. But let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.